Hi, I'm Eleanor, this is Motor Matters. And you're getting a different view for a change, because just look at this. Just do those two not tell you something?
We're looking, we're horrified.
Those are not exhaust pipes, those are drain pipes.
Oh, the rear of the car.
Those are drain pipes at the back of this car. Because don't worry about that. That's what counts. That badge there.
Is this a GR or a GR Sport or the other GR?
No, this is a full-blooded GR.
Okay.
Gazoo Racing, as they call it, right?
So, bigger engine.
Bigger, well, what they've done now is, what is this?
More speed.
Is an 86.
Yes.
Now, boring Toyota, boring cars, nothing exciting about their range, right? They had the Supra for a while, yeah, and then there was nothing until this came along and promised so much. Because just show the profile. Don't worry, just show the profile. Look at this body, look at this profile.
I am, you need a diet.
And look at what it, who?
You.
I need a diet. What are you talking about?
The car doesn't need a diet.
Just go away, man.
God, it's beautiful.
This thing promised. And then what did they do? They put a wheezy 2-litre petrol engine into it with 147 kilowatts. I think the tuners had fun with it, and some people turboed them and did funny things with them. But overall, all show, not enough go. So what did they do? They added the GR badge, and they dropped the 2.4-litre engine into it, 174 kilowatts, 250 Newton meters, although it feels like a heck of a lot more on the road. You'd swear it was another 100. Revs, asked Leadfoot, it revs to 7,500. And now it doesn't just look amazing, it goes amazing. We've got the manual version as well, by the way, 6-speed manual. You do get a 6-speed auto option as well. Choice is yours.
Yeah.
This car, I don't know, they've put graphics on it, shall we call it?
That is Japanese kanji.
Something like that.
Do you know what it means?
What does it mean? Come
I
on.
have no idea.
Neither do I, so they will do, we'll just carry on, okay, as is. Beautiful black mag wheels, 18 inches. Of course, you don't have much rubber, which explains the hard ride.
But reminiscent of Lotus with those
Yeah.
spikes and big gaps.
Yeah, but as I say, you're not surprised at the hard ride when you look at that profile or lack thereof.
No.
But it just screams at you. It really does. Now, bring it around to the front. Okay. So what have you got? First of all, the nose just comes right down, okay? Tiny grill over here.
Aston
Hello.
Martin nose.
Yeah. Unlike certain brands that think grills have to get bigger and bigger, no names mentioned. And of course, you've got the lip spoiler right down there. I mean, it's right, gee, it's like
Get down
a
there, Alan.
hand.
Get down there.
It's literally like a hand off the ground for me, right?
Yep.
So watch out for speed bumps and things like that. But again, and then of course, you've got air scoops, etc., for extra cooling. Functional on a car like this, not like on so many cars where they're just there for show.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
it's actually functional, it's not decorative.
No, it needs it. I mean, you've got, look at these faired-in headlights.
It's a bit like you, Alan. It's functional, but not decorative.
Oh, you know, certain people may beg to differ on that point, okay.
Let's go to the headlights.
It just, overall, the bottom line is this car looks mean.
It does.
It looks
has-
even more mean with these graphics on it,
has-
but that's
it has-
beside the point.
It has an array of aggression on it,
Yeah.
and the graphics, I'm not sure. They're just stick-ons. So
I would assume so, yeah.
It's a case of
But-
they accentuate the lines of
Yeah.
the car.
But now just come round to the back again, because
You love
Yeah,
the
we
rear,
get-
don't you?
form over function, power over performance, etc., and
No.
here's where you do pay the price.
It's tiny.
Toyota's figure,
Yeah.
199 litres of boot space.
I'd
Okay.
have to cut you up to get you into this boot.
But what they have done, in contradiction, is thank you, it's a full-size spare wheel.
Well, I
Can you
suppose-
believe?
I mean, can you imagine trying to drive this thing on a Mari biscuit? It would be a nightmare.
No, you wouldn't want to do that.
No, you just
So there you go, and notice the clunk when you close the boot lid.
everything on this car is solid.
Totally. All right, let's see it on the road. Let's check out what it's like inside. On the road, this is a car of... It's schizophrenic. It's got different moods, different ways. If I leave you to drive it, Leadfoot, I can imagine. Well, I can prove the point because of the fuel consumption. But you can play, you can have a bit of fun, you can wind up the revs to 5,000 plus, 5.5, and you can do things like this, and you can disturb the neighbors. It's got the go to do it, that's for sure. It's got the oomph, hasn't it?
Real men rev it to 7.5 because that's where it redlines.
No, real men give it back without blowing the engine.
Well, it's a Toyota. You know the engine will never break.
No, I'm sorry. I don't drive cars that way. We all know that. That's the difference between you and I. I mean, just look at this. Because I drive it just for 1 minute like you, the fuel consumption overall for the test period has just gone up again. That's how ridiculous this car is.
Let's not pretend that was a minute of the way I drive. So no, I love the car because the engine is unbelievably good and responsive. I actually quoted it as having over 300 newton meters of torque.
It's only got 250.
Because it feels like it, but it's actually only got 250.
Yeah.
But what makes this motor such a pleasure is that it is just so willing to rev. So it pulls all the way to the red line, and if it didn't have a red limiter, it would just carry on.
By the way, not
pulling.
a bad turning circle. That did you notice
And
that?
it's quite a small turning circle.
Yeah.
And the thing is go-kart like, you know, so you point, you squirt, you go.
Yeah, look, I mean,
with the exception that go-karts don't have as good handling as this thing does.
no, I think hopefully you can get the impression of the handling even from what I'm doing. No, I'm not four-wheel drifting around bends at the moment or things like that. Just not my style. I do that on a track. I don't do that on public roads.
Yeah, this thing. Yeah, I mean, it's exactly like the WRX. It just says, track me.
Yeah, take me to a track and then let loose.
Yeah.
You can switch out the traction control. You've got race mode or track mode or whatever it's called. You got, I don't know. I didn't even touch the mode button, quite honestly.
No, it has track modes, but
Yeah.
I mean, the time I had it was raining the entire
Yeah.
time.
Well,
So I left
maybe
those.
a good thing.
I left those very firmly on.
Yeah.
It lets you have some fun.
You know,
but, it's as you say, it's not your car. It's not our track.
Yeah,
You can't.
but even in
you can't hooligan
standard
it.
mode, it's just got that little bit of magic.
Well, and
I
it's
think that's the word for it.
and it's got a market all to itself, and you know, it's one of these things that I'm surprised. You know, okay, so 712 grand is not chump change in anybody's shape, form, or function, right? But why aren't there more of them driven by younger people?
Do you know what amazed me?
Because they're all buying BMWs.
No, but you say that. You say that. I took it out on Sunday,
Yeah,
and I was out and about.
yeah.
And in one little drive of about 15, 20 kilometers, I saw 3 86s. When last did you see an 86 on the road?
On a Sunday for the breakfast run.
Well, maybe, but I'm talking about just during the day.
No, actually, funny enough, when I was in the car, I saw two. I saw a black one on
Yeah.
on the highway, and I saw a white one somewhere else.
Well, I saw that bronze orange coloured one. You know the. I think it was quite a popular colour in the earlier 86, if not the current one.
Yeah.
I'm just driving, by the way. Where should I go up here?
Yeah. No. Yes. Go straight.
Okay.
As Alan makes up his mind, this is not his familiar hunting ground,
No.
viewers. Yeah.
We're actually on your side of the world for once. So we're going
go straight.
straight. Okay.
Obviously, the car, with such a communicative chassis and being a sports car, it's bumpy. So
Yeah, look, it's a hard ride. Okay, it is.
Every nook and cranny on the road is going to give you some
it
feedback.
is a hard ride.
But could you drive it down to Cape Town and still arrive refreshed? Yes, you could drive it down to Cape Town.
I don't know about arriving refreshed.
I don't know yet. But
But you'd have fun driving it.
You would certainly have fun. And
You would certainly want to squirt it every now and then and play with it.
it's one of those cars also that on the highway it's fine. When I was driving it up and down to your place, which is where I did the majority of my mileage, funnily enough, it really was quite pleasant on the highway.
Yeah.
And what's nice about the car, what I like about it, is that the gearing is so short that by the time you're in fourth gear, you're barely doing 100. So it makes you feel go right. It makes you feel like you're going a lot faster than you actually are.
Yeah. What I noticed on the highway coming through to you now was in sixth gear at 120, you're on about 3,000 revs.
Yeah, which is nice.
Which is like nice, but not. It's certainly no cruiser. But
No,
it's not built for that, so don't be ridiculous.
No, exactly. No, 3,000 is nice because if you need to overtake, you don't even have to change out of gear.
Exactly.
You've got plenty power there. cool. Shall we leave it there?
Let's leave it there.
So at Motor Matters, as you know, we are world renowned for our world-class consumer advice. Alan's about to give us some about the 86.
This is called head over heart, heart over head. Call it what you want. The practicality of a car like this for the family man. The back seat. Yes, there is one back there. There actually is. But now, I'm not going to contort myself today, so we've brought in an assistant. James, I want you in the back seat, please.
Okay.
Wait, there. Whoa. Ooh. Okay, come on, in you go.
Okay.
And
Are
James?
Your feet down?
your feet down. Okay, how old are you?
10.
James is 10. How tall are you? How tall is he?
Less than 1.8 meters.
No. He's about 1.4 probably.
somewhere
Okay,
around
somewhere there. Right, you kind of got leg room, eh? How's your headroom? You got headroom. That's interesting. But now, whoops. Hang on. The seat was set for me, right? Something's gone wrong.
You need to go back.
It can go back, right? Okay, driver's seat is set for me.
Are-
James,
are
how
you in?
In the back, boy.
Pretty much still the same.
Pretty much the same. But
Can you move?
topped off yet? Oh, okay. Well, but there you go. Leadfoot, would you and I like to try and do that?
Simple, no.
Exactly.
But simple consumer advice is kind of like if you have anything bigger than a 10-year-old, fitting him in the back of this car might present a bit of a challenge.
Because look at this. Driver's seat. I wouldn't say this is the easiest or most dignified exit I've made in my life.
And you're closer to the ground than most.
I did not need that comment. James, out you get, boy.
So what I do want to show you, just briefly, is that in the passenger seat where it's set for me, there is no gap between the back seat and the passenger seat. So literally there, no legs are going to fit at all. So if I jump in, being a normal sized human being, God, the thing is low, and I stretch my feet out all the way,
There is
I'm
actually no
comfortable.
usable
But
back
if-
seat.
if I pull forward a little bit, I can actually fit a small child behind me, but now my legs are going to have to be folded to be in the comfortable position. And this is going to be, for short-term trips only. You're not going to go down to Cape Town in this mode. But there are back seats, and we've proven they can be used, which is the point of the exercise.
Okay, so I'm behind the wheel now in my normal person's driving position, unlike other people. Leadfoot, just zoom into the screen over here. You've got your TFT screen, which you can scroll. I mean, I'm not going. You know what? This car's not about that nonsense. I'm not going. But look at that figure there. Can you see
160
11.4
kilometers to go.
left?
Still got 160 kilometers of fun.
Can you stop? 11.4 liters per 100. Now we've done almost exactly the same mileage each during this test. Leadfoot gave it to me. He did the first part at 13.3. I brought it down. Toyota actually quote a figure of 9.5, just by the way.
Combined
okay?
cycle. Yeah.
Combined cycle. So
I think if
Yeah.
you drove it with a degree of non-enthusiasm,
Yeah.
you could probably get there.
yeah, but I think you'd fall asleep on the way.
No.
Okay, touch screen over there. But you know what? The thing about this car, and I'm absolutely sure you're going to agree with me, is who cares about things like that?
Oh yeah, totally.
Really, it's there.
Totally,
Thanks.
yeah.
Ignore, carry
Ignore,
on.
yeah.
This is what you want to know about.
Yes. Well,
Driving modes.
that's exactly it.
Okay,
No,
so
as it turns out, that's the air conditioning mode.
Oh.
And that was the one gripe I had with the car. It's kind of
Yeah.
like, make all this about driving and make this here
yeah.
about the air
so
conditioning.
is the sync also aircon?
Yes. All
That's
aircon.
okay, all right.
That's all aircon.
Okay, so let's just ignore it now, okay?
So-
6-speed manual.
6-speed manual.
Yeah, okay. Interesting, fun.
With reverse in the right place, and
Yeah.
look where the handbrake is.
Yeah?
You know what? That's encouraging.
What?
Bad behavior.
Bad behavior. Well,
Yeah.
do you need to be encouraged? Okay, what's important is there.
Yes. There we go.
Turn off traction control if you're brave enough, stupid enough, or any other word you want to use for it.
Yep.
And that is traction control off and track mode on.
So what it does is it puts it into a TRC mode,
Okay.
which is, I'm not sure, but I'm going with Toyota race like crazy.
Okay, but now my question, is it just one mode? Only track or not?
One mode
Okay, right.
that I discovered.
Okay. And then over here, you actually got bum
Throw-
warmers.
It's a throwback, isn't it? I mean,
It
look
is.
at the switching. I mean, it's kind of
Yeah,
like,
okay.
it's so cute. The 90s
Yeah.
cool. They want their
Yeah.
switches back.
Okay.
But I like it. It's just cute.
And then, just to show you that it's all about function over form, there's your USBs, for example.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sensibly stashed away,
Yeah.
so that your phone is not going to rattle around. Because
Correct.
you'll notice there's no place to put your phone up front here.
Absolutely none whatsoever.
And I think that's actually by design, so
Probably.
you don't have the phone flying around,
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
under your
No, you
feet
don't want it.
and causing a major crash.
Okay, now you've got cloth Alcantara seats.
Yeah, they're
they
lovely.
certainly are form hugging, etc., etc. They haven't even given you electric adjustment for the driver. Nothing. You don't even get nonsense like that on this car, right?
It's manual. You do get enough height for your hat.
You
though.
do. I mean, quite impressive in that respect. But things like that are just not important on this car, right?
No.
1250 kilos, eh?
1,250 kilos.
We checked that up along the way, which is look, it's not light as in Lotus 7 light, but it's certainly not heavy either.
It's not heavy, but you know, in today's standards, I suppose it's all the modern safety
By the
equipment,
time
blah
you've
blah
added-
blah
yeah,
blah
by the
blah
time
that
you've
comes
added
into it.
how many airbags and whatever, it adds weight. There's
It,
no doubt.
it
okay?
adds weight, but
Yeah.
you know, it's just one of those things that if this car was another 200 kilos lighter, it would be
No, it would be totally stupid.
It'd be,
It would be
it'd be
stupid.
wonderful.
Okay.
But yeah,
Price 712,000 rand
Yeah.
right now.
yeah.
You say there's nothing to compare to it. I'm going to say to you the
No,
only
there's one
yeah
thing.
what
You tell me
you're going to tell me the Mini
Mini.
JCW all four.
exactly.
Okay, well that's one. I'm going to say BMW 2 Series Coupe, definitely, but you're talking a lot more money.
Yeah.
Okay, and I would throw that Subaru WRX into it as well if you are
Well,
comparing.
I was also thinking that, funny
just
enough,
because
Alan,
it's as silly.
and because we had it back to back. But you
Yeah.
know, the WRX is a 5-door family saloon.
4-door.
Well, 4-door family saloon. I
saloon,
beg your
correct,
pardon.
yeah.
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 But you know, it should
The
have-
JCW Mini you can get in 2-door, 4-door, 5-door. You can take your choice.
yeah. Well,
So interesting, and yes, I would say, and in fact, the 2-door version does not have all 4, so it's front-wheel drive. This is rear-wheel
Rear-wheel
drive.
drive.
So yes, they're competitors, but they aren't competitors.
they're competitors, but they aren't competitors, and it'll be interesting to see. You know, it's one of those things where you put the Mini and this on the track and see which one goes around faster.
Yeah, true.
And
Or the WRX,
it'll be a really interesting
or
test.
BMW 240.
Well, BMW 240 should take it because it's a lot more money.
Yeah.
And a lot more
Yeah,
power.
A lot more money. Yeah.
But
yeah,
you know,
but I
it's-
just had to throw that one in just
no,
for the
it's-
fun of it.
yeah,
Because you know what? I think the kind of guy who's buying this car
it's a driving experience.
is not. Yes, money always talks, but it's not about the money.
Yeah.
That's why you could probably compare it to cars 200,000 rand more.
Yeah.
Because the kind of guy who buys this could probably find a way to sell his kidney or something and pay 900,000
Yeah.
finished.
Yeah.
That's just the kind of person that would buy this.
No, I think this is a lovely testament to a 2-door sports car, and that's
It's-
what it is.
It's totally what it is. It's totally impractical. Every logical bone in my body says you've got to be joking with this thing. But, ooh, I'd love to joke.
No, what exactly? The punchline is on you.
Yeah.
No, I loved it. I really thoroughly enjoyed my
Okay,
time
well,
with it.
at that point, behind the camera, you got on Leadfoot Kelly. For Mode Matters, I'm Alan R. See you next time.